Katsaros.
Body, Mind, Soul show. Today, I am your host, Polixeni Katsaros, physical therapist, doctor of physical therapy, and author of this book, Posture, Simply Posture, Correct Simply. I am going to be talking about a very important topic called Listen to Your Body. But before we go into details of that, I want to thank my sponsors. I'd like to thank Jerry Petito for sponsoring me for Body, Mind, Soul Show. Jerry Petito is an author of this book. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass, and I'd rather be a smart ass than a dumbass. She is also an International Hall of Fame internet radio show host. She's also a health coach. Jerry Petito, thank you very much for sponsoring Body, Mind, Soul show. My other sponsor is Deanne Katsaros. Now, Deanne Katsaros is also known as Mortgage Mom, and she is also a co-host of a radio show with Mark Cumberland, Good News in Real Estate. And that radio show is on the AM dial, 1210 WPHT, on Saturdays, 1 p.m. Now, Deanne explains that she is Mortgage Mom, and she treats all her clients like their family, and that's where she got the name Mortgage Mom. And she can be reached at 609-605-7153. Again, 609-605-7153. If there's any questions that you have on your mortgage or wanting to buy a vacation home or switch homes, she will be the person to call. Thank you, Deanne, Mortgage Mom, for sponsoring Body, Mind, Soul show. Okay, and I also want to thank HamiltonRadio.net for this wonderful space and platform so we can share vital information. I'm on at least once a month, if not twice a month. So thank you, Ruben, for all you do. All right, so on with the show. And and before I forget, if you're liking the information, please like, share, and subscribe. That is going to be very helpful in the future. So thank you very much. Okay, so on with the show. What I'd like to talk about today is listen to your body. And, you know, last show in May, the title was You Are What You Eat. And I did want to follow up on someone making a comment on what the show spoke about. And she writes, and she said to me, okay, you speak about how our bodies don't know we are doing damage and we don't realize it until the damage is being done. And I did make that comment, that we're not aware. And she says, damage being done. So we are given warnings, examples. When we overeat, we may get diarrhea, gassiness, bloating, to name a few. And these are instant warnings we choose to ignore. We need to learn we don't have to lick our plates clean, laugh out loud. Also, the breaking down of foods, meats take longer to break down. Perhaps they are decomposing before it passes through. Yuck. Then there is the topic of peaceful eating, meaning how did this meal suffer before reaching the eater? And I added this because the eater is not conscious of what is put into their mouth. And this is a heavy subject. And thank you for adding this feedback to my show in the comments. So thank you very much. Moving forward, I do want to let everybody know that if they have a comment, you can put it in the comment section of my YouTube channel. And I'm live at the moment, and if you have a comment, by all means, I'll get it now. But if you're listening to this later, I look back. So I will listen, read, and follow up. All right, you guys. So now I would like to begin the show on Listen to Your Body. We are born into this world as we rely on our mother, father, and family for support, and we learn. We don't have an owner's manual, yet information about survival is hardwired. We can get distracted, and without realizing, we could be harming ourselves. And those of us who were born in the 50s, the 60s, or anyway, before the 90s, we played outside. And without realizing, we were receiving energy from our earth. Television commercials spoke highly of the foods and products we needed to buy. We listened to authorities and professionals and thought that was best for each of us. And as we grow and learn, we are shaped by the changes of our environment and technology. So listening to our body is the most basic thing we can do for ourselves. Trusting that our body is strong and is capable of healing itself is huge. In my physical therapy practice, I spend time listening to my clients and teach them to listen to their own bodies. Part of the challenge of listening is understanding what the body is telling us. For instance, pain is a very common message the body sends to our brain. And finding the root cause of that pain is the challenge. Most people ignore pain. Some people overreact to pain. And just to let you know, when addressing pain, and this goes for everyone, pain is what the person says it is. So I do not make a judgment about pain, and that would be the wrong thing. As a physical therapist, I ask the question, are you in pain? And they say yes. I ask what the pain scale is, or I ask how much, and they tell me. Now, pain is what the person says it is. So if they tell me it's a 6 out of 10, that is what it is. It's not up to me to say, well, you don't look like you're in a 6 out of 10 pain. Not at all. So, no judgment. So, just to also take a segue, my book, Posture, Simply Posture, Correct Simply, talks about that people ignore their pain, and specifically the effects of gravity on the spine, where gravity pushes us down, and before you know it, we have this little bit of pain going on in our mid back or our low back, and we tend to ignore it. And that is a common thread in us humans anyway. So it's important to understand that that is a signal and that's a message, and we need to address it. One way of addressing it that I cover in my book is to simply correct your posture. Come out of the posture that's creating the pain and align. Okay, so that is a simple plug in for my book. I go into it in a little bit more detail. Okay, so when it comes to feeling bloated and just uncomfortable in the intestines, people often turn to over-the-counter remedies instead of looking for the root cause and asking themselves, what is it? Is it something I ate? And to actually make some changes in the foods we eat to avoid that reaction. So again, that's kind of following up on last talk about you are what you eat. So a common complaint I hear about is muscle cramps, cramping. Although there are many different reasons for muscle cramps, getting to the root cause is important. But one immediate fix while muscle cramping is occurring is to move in the opposite direction. And I have Charlie here with his leg on the table, and I do this example, and that is, so the cramp is occurring in the calf muscle, and what that calf muscle does is point. It points the foot, and you're going, ow, ow, and what you have to do is you have to move the foot in the opposite direction, okay? So the cramp occurs this way, you got to move the foot this way, okay? Another place where a cramp could occur is in the toes, and so I tell people it's happening at the top of the foot, and then you would grab your toes and you would move your toes. Okay? So if the cramp could occur, it's making your toes come up. You want to grab your toes and move them down. Okay? And thank you, Charlie, for your foot. Okay. And so the massaging the foot or moving the toes of the foot, you can do that when you're putting your socks on or taking your socks off. It can easily be done every day, twice a day. And I usually instruct my patients, my clients, that, you know, in the morning when you're stretching and your arms go up and your legs come out and normally you would be pointing your toe. Well, I tell my clients, pull up on the foot. So as you're stretching, you're pulling up on the foot. So there is no reason for that calf muscle to be triggered. All right? All right. And that's how you can avoid your cramping. Another remedy can be asking your doctor to check your magnesium levels. What are my magnesium levels, doctor? I get cramps often. And because it might be that you need to take magnesium, but again, that needs to be checked first. Another remedy could be just stretching 2 to 3 times a day. All right? That's a pretty easy thing to fit into everybody's day. All right, so listening to your body can be the most fundamental thing you can do to help yourself when you are listening You may need to take notes. You may need to write things down. And this way, when you go for your appointment and you are, going to see your physical therapist or you're going to go see your doctor, you can give them the most accurate information so that they are listening to you and they can help you solve the problem. So recently I was listening to Dr. Gladys McGarey. And Dr. Gladys McGarey is the mother of functional medicine. She is currently 102 years old, and she is still practicing medicine. And she stated, the foundation for healing medicine, overall a healthy life, has 5 L's. The first one is life itself. Of course, you have to be alive. Number 2, love. You have to love life. Number 3, laughter. So life, love, laughter. And laughter is, it would be combined with love, and that is very important in healing. And then the 4th is labor. So we have to have an idea of pretty much loving what we do, or some purpose in life that we are loving or striving to love. And having a purpose in life is very important. So that L for labor, I hear you. And then number 5, she said, listening. You have to be able to listen to the world around you, to your body. So listen to yourself. And those are the 5 L's. Life, love, laughter, labor, and listening. And Dr. Gladys McGarey, she continues to strive for helping people find their overall healthy life. As she has just finished with a book, Living Well by Gladys McGarey. So it's M little c capital G A-R-E-Y. Yeah, thank you, Gladys. All right, so I wanted to touch upon the comment I made about when we played outside when we were little or younger or back in the day, and we got energy from the earth. And this energy in probably the late 80s, Clint Ober, who decided to take some static electricity away from his computer setup, and he took a grounding rod and stuck it out the window, and it cleared his static electricity up. But then he said, what if I used that to ground my body, which is the same thing as being on the earth? And so lo and behold, it may not be as practical to go outside and spend a lot of time laying on the earth these days. So he developed these pads that we can use indoors, placed under our butt when we sit in a chair, or on a table where we have our arms, or inside or under our cotton sheets when we lay in bed. And they're called grounding mats. And these grounding mats provide us with the same energy that the earth emits. And there's a lot more information, so I'm going to say, if you want more information, go to grounding.com or earthing.com, and you will learn a lot more about it. The Earth emits electrons, and our body needs electrons to stay balanced. And so that's an important concept, and something that I've been doing for the past 3 months now, and I'm loving it, totally loving it. I spend it lying in bed, so I sleep all night grounded, and I also sit where I am at home, at my office chair, or in front of the television. I have a grounding mat. So I try to spend as much time as possible. I educate everyone I can think of that would benefit, which is everyone, about grounding. So anyway, so listening to our body, paying attention to what's going on. People who are still working on correcting their posture, I'm teaching them to listen to their body, to pay attention to their little aches and pains. Sometimes they'll feel it in their jaw, because as gravity pushes down, it makes, and then, you know, maybe they're working on their computer and their head is forward, and what happens is the ear is in front of the shoulder, and before you know it, they either have jaw pain, neck pain, arm pain, mid-back pain. And so I tell them, you know, why wait for the pain? Just correct and get your head back and adjust everything. Fix your posture. And then as you slip back to that again, paying attention, listening, then you correct again. So with that note, I want to say, everyone, listen to your body, paying attention to why, and until next time, we will continue to stay healthy, and I will keep you posted on the next topics as we do them and they unfold. So thank you very much for your attention today. Be well and listen to your body. Bye now.
Whatever will be, will be. The future's not.
Thank you.